Hare Krishna, warm welcome to all of you. Today's discussion is not on understanding Bhagavad Gita, it is to inspire us to take one small step closer to Krishna. So we should have this perspective in mind when we join this session. So, warm welcome. We are starting systematic study of Gita, part of Gita Amrutam Rasmalayam family. We will be completing 8th chapter, Akshara Brahma Yoga, today. That's going to be. I found this beautiful poster in one of the temples in Vrindavan. I thought I must share this with you because it makes such sense. The whole challenge for us is how do we change our consciousness to think of Krishna? And this is a beautiful way. Of course, it's in Hindi. I'm not sure how many of you are comfortable with Hindi. Let me read it. Deku nain mile chain. If I were to translate this in English, if you see the face of the Lord, you will get peace. Deku kan mile samman. If I see the ears of the Lord, I will get samman. I will get honor. If I translate in English, it loses its rhyme. So if you read it in Hindi, it makes perfect sense. Deku kant mile vaikunt. That's all we are fighting for. That's why we are here in the class today. Teku Shrungar, the beautiful dressing of the Lord, Mile Bhandar. Bhandar is Prasad. Teku Mukh, Mile Sukh. Teku Charan, Mile Sharan. And Sharan is what we are all striving for. With this beautiful remembrance of the Lord, every part of the Lord can give us bliss. I start by offering obeisances to my Guru Maharaj, His Highness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj. I seek his blessings so that with his blessings, I can speak a few words on the timeless wisdom of Gita. I offer my obeisances to my Shiksha Guru, His Grace, Gauravilas Prabhuji. Let's all start with Sri Guru Pranam Mantra. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Gnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. We all love Goloka Vrindavan. That's what the Goloka Express is promising us. It will take us to Goloka Vrindavan. We are on the 8th chapter, concluding the 8th chapter, and the 6 verses that we are covering today is going to reveal the timeless wisdom of two destinations. If I were to summarize it shortly, one is a destination from where there is no return. It's a one-way ticket, and there is another destination from which you have to come back. And beyond this destination, there has to be a supreme goal. That's what Krishna says. Don't worry about the destination, worry about the goal. And as serious students of Gita, we shall take this learning and apply this in our lives. What is the acronym of this chapter? Quickly, TED. Looks scary because this is what Krishna is telling us what happens to us at the time of death and after death. D is doubts. The mind has doubts. So this chapter gives you that clarity. What happens at the time of death and what's the destination after death? All are clarified here in this. E is end of life. Antakale chamameva smaranamukta kalevanam. Ye mukti saram smaran bhavam yati nasti atra samshaya. Krishna says, whatever you remember at the time, at the last minute, that's what is going to be your next life. So all of us should pray and persevere to have that devotion in our mind that Krishna blesses us that last minute remembrance. EA, attaining the supreme. We have just completed the session in the last class, and today we will be doing this last 6 verses. D, devotion. That's what we must try to absorb. That's what we must try to imbibe. That's what we must try to embed in our lives. Now, I have shared this blog. I'm sure most of you would have read it. I will spend the next few seconds or maybe a minute to share the highlights of the blog and then open this session for an interaction. We will not be talking, we will be discovering the learnings together. So, in brief, what is the learning? If we plan our yatra, there could be challenges. First learning, we had a challenge. My wife went down with him. Man proposes, God disposes. That's the learning. We still, that is a devotee. It is called laulyam, selfishness towards the Lord. Irrespective of the physical condition, my wife said, we must go to Kedarnath. And we did it. We reached the temple premises. We were in front of the temple. I had darshan, but my wife waited in the queue in the chilling rain for 2 hours and she couldn't get the darshan. Great disappointment. Most of us here have faced similar situations. What is the learning from this disappointment? We came back heartbroken. I consoled her. She said, oh no, this is not what I expected Lord Kedarnath to do. It took us 1 year. She recovered, she planned, we planned, and then now the connection here is if we had got the darshan in the first attempt, what would have happened? We would have come back happy saying that Lord Kedarnath has blessed us. But Mataji, can you go on mute, please? Thank you. So we could have come home happy, but where is the purification? Whenever something gets delayed, whenever the Lord denies something, it's not that He's not happy with us. It is just that He says, you need to purify yourself. I am testing you. And after 1 year almost, He gave us the energy. My wife trekked 24 kilometers up and 24 kilometers down. We had the best of darshan. So this is the lesson. Lord gives what you deserve and not what you desire. So with this summary, I am now opening out the session for interaction. Two highlights. Path of bhakti relies entirely on surrender. You cannot say, oh Lord, why you didn't give me darshan today? I want it tomorrow. It doesn't work that. Setbacks, obstacles are not rejections. They are tools Lord uses to bestow unwavering determination. He wanted to test. Would you come back to Kedarnath? You can ask amongst your friends, relatives, acquaintances, maybe 1 in a million that you go all the way up to Lord Kedarnath. Kedarnath Yatra is not easy. Stand in front of the temple and then return back without having darshan. This is very, very, very rare. So this is how the Lord tests us. And this is how the joy of sharing this blog is there is blessings at the end of the trouble, at the end of the pain. Let me open it out. Now, this is an interaction discussion. There is no right or wrong answer. All of you can participate. It's not like a quiz where you raise your hands and then you have plus, minus, nothing to it. It's free flow. All of us at the end of this session should take away one learning saying that I will keep that as a gift from this class. First question. This is about emotion. What one emotion best describes the Kedarnath journey? All of you can raise your hands. If you are quite comfortable, put your comments in the chat. I will wait. Yes, Manisha.
Hare
In
Krishna,
one word.
Prabhuji. Eagerness, Prabhuji, eagerness for darshan.
Fantastic. Thank you. Anyone else would like to go? One word answer. Whatever comes to your mind.
Enthusiasm. Enthusiasm.
Enthusiasm. Fantastic. Anyone else? I see something in the chat as well. Divine. Anticipation. Very good. Anything else?
Lord desire.
Lord's desire. Fantastic. Any other answers?
Bhakti bhavam. Bhakti bhavam.
Bhakti Bhav. I told you there is no right or wrong answer. Saptadeep, you are only smiling. You can also say it.
No, Prabhuji, the desire to go back again.
Desire to go back again. Perfect.
Grida
So,
Laulyam.
Laulyam. Perfect. Excellent. So,
Patience.
patience. Fantastic. Now, I will show what answers I thought are possible. And then I will give you my feeling of the correct answer so that we all share and exchange. So, I had first put down, is the answer going to come? Yeah, faith. So, you must have enormous faith in the Lord, mercy, hope, gratitude, determination, amazement. Oh, most of the answers that I have shared here have also come from you. Wonderful. And if I were to choose one answer as my correct answer is oh, because the Lord always amazes us. Nothing in this world, when you are with the Lord, can happen as per what you think, what is logical, what is rational. He always does what is completely surprising to us. So I am in awe of the Lord when I had this experience of Lord Kedarnath Yatra. Thank you very much. Well done. This is the first question. Let's go to the second question. Again, very easy. All you have to tell me is it true or is it false? What did we learn from this journey? Read carefully. Every obstacle in our life is a sign that Krishna does not want us to proceed. Is it true or false? The time starts now.
It is a testing period. It's a testing period. And
So is it true or false?
no, he does want you to proceed. Of course not. He does not. He always is helping you to go higher and higher in the spiritual path.
Perfect. So this is the false answer then.
Yes.
He always wants us to progress and proceed and not stop. Perfect. Thank you, Mataji. Anyone else? Feel free. Simple question. Does Krishna want us to proceed or not? Does he want us to do yatra or not? Does he want us to pray or not? Is it so hard to think?
False, Prabhuji.
Perfect. Thank you. Anyone else?
Yes, Guruji, false. We have written in the chat, sir.
Perfect. Oh
False.
my God. There are a lot of
False.
answers in the false. Very good. Ramesha is false. Anusha is false. Srinidhi false. Depends upon your approach. I don't know the name. So most of you are saying it is false. And there's the last one more. What does it say? False. False. Fantastic. So let me spill the cat out of the bag. The correct answer is yes, it is false. Now, what is the learning? We all know that the Lord is always here to encourage us, to love us, to guide us. But why does He sometimes create an obstacle? Both are true. He loves us, but we face obstacles. The learning I would summarize is obstacles are not roadblocks. They are opportunities to deepen our faith and experience Krishna's mercy. So, any of you who are going through this challenge in the life today, you may have written an exam, you did not do well in the exam, or you are waiting for the results, whatever anxiety you have, whatever failure you're facing, remember, these are just opportunities to deepen our faith. Whenever you are in this situation, just say, I'm offering it to you, Krishna, please take me out of this. I want to come and see you, Kedarnath, again. That was our only prayer, nothing else. When that is not in our hands. So any obstacle you have, you say, oh Lord, make it an opportunity. And He always listens to your prayers. He never denies you a patient listening. That is why He is the Supreme Lord. Thank you again. Well done. Let's go to the third question. What was the biggest force that kept the journey going? It is not easy to wait in isolation. You never know whether you're going to get the call next month, next year, next 5 years, who knows? And we are aging fast. What kept us going? Please give us your answer. One word answer, don't think.
Your bhakti, your intent, one pointed bhakti.
Fantastic. Bhakti, faith,
Again, greed, love,
persistence.
yeah.
Fantastic. Determination. Lovely. Keep going.
Trust,
Determination.
Prabhuji.
Tolerance. Yes, Prabhuji.
Trust.
Trust. Fantastic. Separation for darshan. Now, that is Laulyam. We want to be with him. Faith and patience. Janvi Mataji, well done. Excellent. Greed for darshan. Srinidhi, fantastic. Thank you. Thank you. I'm really happy to see the energy. This is the free flowing thoughts. So this is no longer a blog. We are worshipping the Lord by thinking about him, by praising him, how he holds our hands. What did I do? I also put down my answer. I said, of all the answers that you have given, please understand all of them are right answers. There's nothing which is wrong when it comes to the Lord. But there is one overriding answer which comes from my heart after having gone through the experience is Krishna's mercy. It's a it is said life is a drama where we all play our roles unrehearsed. We have no second chance. So when we went through this experience, one thing which stands for me away, which I can take away and say that it is Krishna's mercy. Thank
You
you
mean
once
Krishna
again.
Kripa? You mean to
Krishna,
say it's Krishna Kripa, Anugraha?
exactly, Anugrah.
Yes,
That's what
I
I
agree.
think.
Yes.
Yes.
Because the word
Thank
mercy has a different connotation in English, So it's
you.
sort of, it is,
Anugrah, Anugrah, Rupa.
yeah, Anugraha.
Yes, that's the right word. In English, I can't call it Krishna's Anugraha. Many people will not be wondering what is this. So it is Krishna's. In Sanskrit, Anugraha, Rupa, mercy. In English, mercy is the most appropriate word. Thank you all once again. I'm enjoying this interaction. Let's continue. We have another two more questions to go. Now, this is a miracle. We all agree. What does a miracle do to us? Again, feel free. One word answer.
Amazement.
Amazement. Fantastic. Keep going.
It changes one's complete outlook on life.
Changes one's complete outlook on life. Wonderful.
Prabhuji, realization.
Miracles increase our faith.
Sorry?
Prabhuji, realization.
Realization. Very strong word. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Another is
Faith.
devotion.
Sorry?
Devotion I have written.
Devotion. I can see the answers are flowing in, increases our faith in Krishna, increases our belief, devotion, faith, faith. Fantastic. Anyone else wants to say something? Reminder to us. Remind us to Krishna and faith born strong. This is from Janvi Mataji. Mithali says dependence. Fantastic. Thank you once again. Now I will share the cupboard of answers I put together, and then I will tell you what is the right one. Faith, most of you have said. Mercy, couple of you have said. Hope, gratitude. This is one word which I want to highlight. Most of the times we never say thanks to the Lord. We take it for granted. So I have now, if there is one thing which I want to change in my consciousness about the Lord is every small thing, I will say, thank you, O Krishna. Because that's only when you can connect with him saying that, oh Krishna, because of you, I'm enjoying this. So the pleasure of giving it back to Krishna by saying thanks is immeasurable. Determination, amazement, surrender. All these are the answers that I have put together. Let me show you what is my answer, which comes from the bottom of the heart. Faith. So most of you have got it right. As I said, there's no right or wrong answer. What matters is how do we continue to have faith in Krishna, irrespective of what's happening on the ground. Thank you very much. We come to the last question of the day. And this is the gift that I am promising you. That is what Krishna is promising you. All of you should take away and put it in your memory basket. If this journey could leave one permanent gift in your heart, what would you want it to be? Remember, it's now no longer about me or you. It is about what does the Lord teach us from this Kedarnath Darshan block. Feel
Ananya
free.
Bhakti. Ananya
Anan-
Bhakti.
Ananya Bhakti. Fantastic. Lovely word. Thank you very much. I see a lot of chat answers. Let me go to the new ones. The magnificence of devotion. Sunita says, Shanti says, gratitude. Manisha says, Lord's mercy. Aishwarya says, His presence. Vitali says, dependence. Fantastic. Any more answers?
Prabhuji, in Hindi there is a saying like sabar ka phal meeta hota hai.
Fantastic. Safar ka phal meeta hota hai. Beautiful. Thank you very much.
Prabhuji, Krishna always fulfill our spiritual desire.
Always fulfills our spiritual dreams. That's the beautiful answer. Fantastic. Now, if I were to summarize all my answers, I have put faith, I have put mercy, hope, gratitude, determination, amazement, surrender. And if there is one answer which comes from the bottom of my heart, it's not an answer, it's a takeaway. It's a gift from this learning, from this blog, is faith in Krishna's mercy. Remember, he is always there at our back. It is just that we must see him, we must acknowledge him, we must thank him. We all are in awe of him, but Krishna wants us to love him. At the end of the session, I will show you a small video clipping where Radharani tells us what should be our bhava towards Krishna. Thank you very much. So we have made this an interactive session rather than just me talking one-sided. Thank you very much. Wonderful participation. Let's summarize what we have learned. Thank you once again. So the Lord Krishna, the beautiful, ever-smiling Krishna says, if I can arrange every step of a difficult pilgrimage, do you really need to fear the soul's final journey? Because now we are coming to the session that we have in hand today. So I want to connect the blog to the session. Studying Gita is not just gaining information. Sorry. Gita is expanded as God's intelligence to all. He doesn't hold back. He says it is preparing for the most important journey of our existence. I will again re-emphasize this point going forward. How many of us are really worried to think about what's the end? It looks scary and we just don't. We just park it and say, let it be. Let's hear Krishna's answer in Bhagavad-Gita. So the blog, the interaction is all to strengthen our resolve, strengthen our faith that I must change my consciousness. That's going to be the reflection question as well. And change of consciousness means thinking of Krishna. How do you think of Krishna? By thanking him, because in a day you will have a million things which you can thank him for. The more you develop this culture of thanking him, the more love bonding happens between us and Krishna. That is what is my personal experience. Thank you very much. And I will not spend more time on the quiz because we have a timeline. I would say this would be one of the best quiz performances. 4.5 out of 5 is the score. Well done. Either the quiz was very easy or all of you have done a wonderful job. The teaser quiz is not an examination, it's an invitation for contemplation. Think. That's the reason why we have this teaser quiz. Sorry. Reading blog and attempting teaser quiz is like preparing the soil before the sowing seed of Gita. You need to have the longing in your heart, openness in your mind, and only then whatever Krishna says sinks in. That's the essence of attending a Gita class. Thank you very much. Well done. Now, again, let's get into this. Krishna is giving us this lesson not because it is something which, we must know. He says, you please understand what's your focus. We have a focus which is completely upside down, if I were to use the word. Now, for example, let's say we are planning a vacation for the next 3 days or 5 days. I'm sure this photo resonates with all of you. What do? We plan our travel, ticketing, stays, where do we go for picnic, etc., etc., etc. Excitement all around. The next question in life, which we are all hesitant to even challenge and face, is what's the inevitable final journey? There is one fact in life that we are all born with, constant. There's nothing to choose between you and me. Ambani to Adani. We all have to wrap up our lives one day. The death is the only thing which is certain. Have we thought about what Krishna is telling us? How should we live in this world so that we can leave this world peacefully? Because he is telling, don't come back to this Dukhalaya Ashashvatam again. Come back to me, come back to me forever. This session is about that. Time is one constraint, and that is what I find every day in everything. Spiritual gets the second priority, material gets the top priority. Do not be busy when it comes to learning the lesson of life from Krishna. Because what Krishna says is not available in any other task, work, social media, WhatsApp message, Facebook, Instagram. Nowhere will you get this message. It is only possible if you open Gita. What we will cover today, simple. He does not give you a formula like E is equal to MC squared. No, he says, always remember me. Simple. Know the truth. We all know the truth. The end is certain. But we don't want to read what should we do to prepare ourselves for that end. The goal, I said, two destinations, but one supreme goal, and that is reach Krishna. Two words. They're not difficult. You don't have to memorize. You don't have to write down. Just say, I want to reach Krishna. This whole 6 verses is centered around this. What is the 3 takeaways from these 6 verses? He tells us about 2 destinations, path of light, path of darkness. And then he says, there's something beyond day and night, and that is my supreme abode. And then he says, do not be deluded by all this information. There is only 3 things that you should do. Remember me, know the truth. Don't bother about the destination. You will reach the supreme. That is what we are going to learn today. So this is the last of this session of this chapter, verses 8.23 to 8.28. D is for devotion. If there is one word that we must have in our lives is devotion, and devotion doesn't come without surrender. If you surrender to the Lord, devotion follows. And for surrender, you cannot say, I have no time. I am busy. There is nothing more important in this world than listening to the message of Krishna. Quick recap of what we studied and stopped in the last class. 8.22. Lovely verse. It says, Purusha sa para partha bhaktyalapyastva ananyaya yasyantastani bhutani yena sarvam idam tatam. You can't have a more contradictory verse than this. He says, yasyantastani bhutani. Everything in this world is coming from me. The whole world is in me. And then he says, yena sarvam idam tatam. I am in all of you. That is the Lord for us. Krishna's abode is attainable only by Ananya Bhakti. I am not saying this. He says, Bhaktya labhyastva ananyaya. Love me, you will come to me. You don't have to do anything. No exams to be written. No quiz scores to be tallied. Did I win? Did I lose? No. Is it open for all? Yes, it is open for all. The translation. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is greater than all, is attainable by unalloyed devotion. Although he is present in his abode, Goloka, we all want to go to Goloka. Remember, he's far away, beyond this material universe. But he still says he is all pervading and everything is situated within him. That is the beauty of Krishna. He is the smallest and he is the greatest at the same time. His whole world is within him. He is within us. That's the supremacy of the Lord. Everything is in Krishna and Krishna is in everything. Sometimes it is confusing if you are not a devotee. How is it possible? Mahavishnu creates this universe. From the navel comes Brahma. Brahma creates this universe. So this whole world is within Krishna. Within every one of us, he is present as Paramatma, as Kshirodakshaya Vishnu. So the world is within him and he is within us. That is the essence of this verse. Purushaha. Whenever you see Purushaha, there is only one Purusha in this world, and that is the Supreme Lord. We may call ourselves male Purusha, but we are also Prakriti. There is no difference between us, male and female. We are just playing the role. There is only one Purusha, that is Supreme Lord. He is Saparaha, unsurpassable, beyond compare, beyond imagination. O Partha. Bhaktyalabhyastu ananyaya. He is attained only through devotion. You cannot have any shortcuts to Krishna. Yasyantastani bhutani. Remember these three words. The whole world is within Krishna. Yena sarvam idam tatam. But this whole entire universe is also pervaded by him. We are within him. He is within us at the same time. That is the brilliance of Krishna. As we start the lesson today, there are two words which are going to come again and again. Uttarayana and Dakshinayana. Most of us know this, but I will just refresh. Uttarayana is the sun's journey in the northern part, hemisphere. What does Uttarayana denote? Daylight, less darkness. It is a symbol of knowledge, because light, illumination stands for knowledge. And ascension, the Lord, the sun is rising in the northern hemisphere. That is Uttarayana. I'm sure you will all recollect the beauty of Uttarayana when I show the next slide. And Dakshinayana is the opposite of Uttarayana. So the first 6 months is Dakshinayana. The start of Dakshinayana is Makar Sankranti. Dakshinayana is when the sun goes down, descends in the southern part. Path of Pitrus. Dakshinayana is not considered auspicious. Less daylight, more darkness. It symbolizes return and rebirth. So this was the two things that Krishna clarifies in this. But as devotees, we don't have to worry about all this, because Krishna says, I am here to look after you. You just live your life filled with love. Bhishma, he is Ichha Marini, the greatest warrior on earth. He gave up his war on the 18th day of Mahabharata and war, Kurukshetra war, and he says, I am going to wait till Makara Sankranti, because that is the beginning of Uttarayana. That is the auspiciousness of Uttarayana. Now, for the people who are very smart, the young generation of today, I want to share this example. There are two students waiting for an auspicious time. A smart disciple asks his guru, Sir, I have heard dying during Uttarayana leads to liberation. So shall I simply pray to die during the period? That's all I should do. The guru smiled and said, well, if you have failed your exam throughout the year, and if you sit for the exam on the Uttarayana or during Uttarayana, do you think you will pass the exam? The disciple said, I have understood the answer. Don't explain anymore. That is what happens. If you do not prepare throughout the year and then say that I will remember Krishna on the Uttarayana day so that I can go back to him, that is a pipe dream. That is a daydream. It's like flying a kite in the sleep. Not possible. First verse of the day. Yatra kale tva anavrittim avrittim chaiva yoginaha prayatayanti tam kalam vakshyami bharatar sabha. Different times of passing away from this world. O best of Bharatas, I shall now explain to you the different times at which passing away from this world, the yogi does or does not come back. So as students of Gita, we must be aware of this. Is it going to be our candle to guide? No. Is it going to be our light and flame to guide us? No. We are devotees. We are devotees. We believe in the path of devotion. So this doesn't apply to us. It is for the yogis. The yogi does not or does come back. So what is the translation? Yatra kale tva anavrittam. Kala means time. At that time, anavrittam means you do not return. all of us want to go Loka, then we must be clear that we should be in the Anavrutim camp and not the Avrutim camp. Avrutim is to come back. Krishna says, Yatra kale tu anavritim. At that time, if you pass away, he will describe to us what is that time. You will not come back. Avrutim chaiva yoginaha. There is a time if you pass away when you will have to come back. So life is light and darkness, rich and duality. That is the essence of creation. So Krishna is saying there is a time when you will have anavritin, and there is a time when you will have avritin. You will come back. Simple words. Prayata yanti tam kalam bhakshayami bharatarstava. I will tell you that now. I will tell you that different times when you pass away, the yogi will he come back or he will not come back. So Krishna is laying the foundation for the next coming verses. Let's go to the next verse. Okay, before that, this is the beautiful example of Shaubri Rishi. We have heard this example. I just want to highlight one key learning. Shaubri Rishi was great in penance, austerity. His control of the mind, he was a yogi, was beyond compare. He chose a place within the water so that he says, I don't want to be disturbed by any elements of the Prakriti. I want to focus on the Lord all the time. Even within the water, Maya plays her role. He saw two fishes copulating. He got distracted. He gave up his penance. Imagine years of tapasya down the drain. He then said, I want to marry your daughters, O King Mandatha, who had 50 daughters. He assumed 50 different forms, created 50 lovely palaces, and he led a life of great aplomb. What is the learning? Why am I mentioning this to you? Any amount of penance, any amount of austerity, any amount of mind control is always subject to terms and conditions applied. If Maya decides, she can disturb you. That's what happened to him. So Krishna says, devotion is the only path where you are not depending on yourself for success, you are depending on me for success. When I hold your hands, you will be successful. That is the essence of learning from Saubri Rishi example. Let's go to the next verse. The picture itself is self-illuminating. It says, path of light, Devayana. So Krishna said, I will tell you two times, one which is auspicious, one which is not auspicious. So he starts with path of light, Devayana. Very lovely verse. Read every word of this. Agnir Jyotir Aha Shuklah Sanmasa Uttarayanam Tatra Prayata Gachanti Brahma Brahma Vido Janaha. Those who know the Supreme Brahman, translation, attain that Supreme by passing away from the world during the influence of the fiery God. You understand that? Read this, listen carefully. In the light, at an auspicious moment of the day, during the fortnight of the waxing moon, or during the 6 months when the sun travels in the north, this verse looks like a formula which we are quite comfortable in physics, chemistry. So you should remember the time, you should remember whether it is sun is moving in the north, the sun is moving in the south, Uttarayana, Dakshinayana. So Krishna is now giving a lot of calculations. If you are a yogi, you must focus on all these calculations. And this is how simple or complicated this verse is. There are 12 things that we should be aware of. Now you may be wondering, why is Krishna telling us all these things? It's like, if you are passing, let's say you are a traveler in the train, like our Goloka Express in the material world. A train between Bombay to Calcutta will pass through 25 stations, for example. Every station has a station master. Every station master makes sure that the train either stops, gets off on time, and the train makes a safe journey. Similarly, the soul boards the Goloka Express after passing away, and it has to make a huge journey in space before you reach your final destination. And that's what Krishna is telling us step by step. If you pass away during Uttarayana, he says, Agnir Jyotir Aha Shukla. Agnir means fire, Jyotir means light, Aha means daytime, Shukla, Krishna Paksha, Shukla Paksha, the waxing and the waning of the moon. So this is Shukla Paksha, waxing of the moon. The deity of Agni and Jyoti is Archi. That's why it's called Archiradi Marga. So what is the journey? Sanmasa Uttarayanam. So there is 6 months from Sankranti, then this can happen. And how does the soul travel? It travels through Agni, the day, Shukla Paksha, the fortnight. Just imagine the unit, it goes on increasing. From fire to the day to the bright fortnight. Uttarayana is the northern path. Samvatsara, the year. Devaloka, now you're entering you're moving away from the material realm to the spiritual realm. You enter Devaloka. Then you enter the solar realm, Aditya. Then you enter the moon, Chandra realm. Vidyut, the lightning. Varuna, the deity of rain. Then you go to king of Devatas, Indra. That is the 11th stop. Prajapati, Brahma, the creator, is the last stop. From there, if you have done adequate devotion to your to Krishna, Brahma will decide whether you are going to reside in Brahmaloka and come back, or from Brahmaloka you go to Goloka. So these are the steps. This is the path. How many of us have an idea that the soul has to go through 12 stations? If you pass away during Uttarayana, you go to Brahmaloka, and from Brahmaloka, then you are catapulted to Goloka, depending on what is your achievement of devotion. Tatra prayata gachanti. This is what the people who attain, who depart at the time attain. So this is the sunlight. That is why this is called path of light. Brahma Brahma Ido Janaha. The destination of Brahmaloka to Goloka is known to us who are knowers of Brahman. Only if you have to read and gain the same knowledge in Vedas, you will spend years. By the time you come to Chandogya Upanishad, and where you go to this chapter which describes all this path of light and path of darkness. Krishna has given us the entire essence in 1 or 2 verses. Looks complicated, but quite simple. There is a defined journey if the soul leaves during Uttarayana. The next verse tells us, okay, now, what is the learning from this? As devotees, we should now ask ourselves, should I remember Agnir, Jyotir, Aha, Shuklaha, or will I die during Uttarayana? Ask yourself simple question. Am I living in the light of remembrance of Krishna today? We don't want to know what you're doing tomorrow. Today, have you said thanks to the Lord? Have you remembered him? Have you offered him whatever you are cooked in the house as bhoga? If you can do that, then you don't have to worry about Uttarayana. You don't have to worry about the soul's journey. Don't chase an auspicious time to die because it's not in our hands. Cultivate an auspicious consciousness while living. What is this consciousness? Always remembering Krishna. There are many people who will be smiling without any reason. And you will be wondering what's wrong with this person. But he is enjoying the bliss because in his mind, he is doing some puja to the Lord and he felt, wow, this looks so good. So that is consciousness. Constantly, mentally being attached to Krishna. If I have to come to this class, the whole week, my consciousness is only in this class. That's the reason why Krishna says, I love the people who preach. I love the people who listen. I love the people who read Gita. I may repeat this 10 times during this systematic study of Gita, but it must remain etched in our memories that we can worship the Lord by our intelligence, by just reading, listening, and preaching Gita. One word, one verse, it doesn't matter. That is the beauty of Krishna. And that's what Krishna has said. I don't want anything from you. Just do this. Now, from path of light, we come to the path of darkness. Pitryana. This is not so auspicious. Bhishma said, I will die in Uttarayana and not Dakshinayana. So, And yogi will be very conscious that he will ensure that he does everything not to pass away during the 6 months. Let's go to the verse. Dhumo ratri tata krishnaha sanmasa dakshinayanam tatra chandramasam jyotir yogi prapya nivartate. Just the opposite of what happens during the path of light. Let's look at the deities again. There we are talking about Archi, who is the deity of light and sun. Here we are talking about Thumo and Ratri, that is smoke and night. The mystic who passes away from this world during the smoke, the night, the fortnight of the waning moon, or the 6 months when the sun passes to the south, reaches the moon planet, but again comes back. So one thing which should be remembered, as a yogi, he will not be happy to pass away, leave his body during Chandrayana. This is a path of return. This is not a one-way ticket. Very simple verse. Dhumo Ratri Tata Krishna. Dhumo means smoke, Ratri means night, Tata Krishna. And the fortnight of the waning. Shukla Paksha, Krishna Paksha. This is Krishna. Krishna means Krishna Paksha. Sanmasa Dakshinayanam, 6 months of the sun's southern pole. So when the sun is in the southern descending journey, and yogi would try not to leave this body. And again, it's a very complex process that Krishna has mapped out. In the path of light, you had 12 deities guiding you from up to Brahmaloka, and then you go to Goloka. Here there are 8 deities who guide you. Or who are they? Deity of smoke, deity of the night, deity of the waning fortnight, deity of Krishna Paksha, deity of the year. So you see, day, night, fortnight, month, deity of the year, deity of Pitraloka, deity of the moon, deity of the ether. So remember, there is a path which is defined. We are not here to understand the details. We are here to be aware of the details. Tatra Chandra Asam Jyotir. On that path, one attains the moon planet. If you go to the moon, you have to return back to rebirth. That's the reason why an yogi avoids passing away during this period. Yogi prapya nivartate. But having reached it, the yogi returns to rebirth. So what is the essence of learning is the yogi knows what would happen to him if he leaves his body during this time. He makes all efforts, but then death is beyond even a yogi's grasp. But he makes all attempts to ensure that he doesn't pass away during this time. What is the quick learning? The quick learning is journey during Devyana is the path of light, ascending path of the sun. You escape from this material universe. Guiding elements, Agni, Jyoti, light and day. Lunar phase, waxing fortnight. Shukla Paksha. Solar cycle, 6 months of the northern sun, starting from Makar Sankranti. Who are the candidates? Jnanis and yogis. Destination, Brahmajyoti, liberation. To go from Brahmajyoti, liberation to Goloka depends on Krishna's mercy. Why is this fellow not moving? There's some hitch here. So this is just the opposite of what we saw. Should move. There it is. So the journey is returning and looping, the guiding elements of smoke and night, lunar phase, waning fortnight, solar cycle, 6 months of the southern sun, candidates, karmis, fruity workers who are only interested in saying that I am extremely busy, I am doing this important task, I am doing that important task. We are so much into this illusion that we don't realize that there is something more promising waiting for us at the end of the day. Destination is heaven, then earth, you have to come back. So any amount of struggle in this world, be the billionaire, be the trillionaire, remember, you have only one thing to achieve. You will come back again. It's far better to sacrifice all these material successes to achieve this one eternal ticket. Go back to Goloka. Let's come to the next verse. Shukla Krishne Gatihi Ete Jagata Shashwate Mate Ekyayati Anavrittim Anyaya Avartate Punaha. Two ways of leaving the body. So Krishna is summarizing in this verse what he has described in the earlier verses. Although the devotees know these two paths, we know this, we are devotees, O Arjuna, they are never bewildered. Therefore, we always fixed in devotion. Irrespective of what the yogi would like to convince us, and by showing, I can do this, I will do this, I have this mystic power, and I will ensure that I will pass away during Uttarana. We only have to listen to him, respect him, and say that, sir, I have only one path I have chosen, that is follow Krishna. I will pray for Krishna's mercy. He will take us, whether it is Uttarayana or Dakshinayana, that is only known to Krishna. Summary of the verse, Shukla Krishne Gatihi Ete. So Shukla Paksha, Krishna Paksha. Gatihi Ete. There are two paths. One path of light, one path of darkness. We have seen the deities who guide us when we pass away during these times. Jagata Shashwati Mate. This is what is covered in Vedic literature. Imagine going through thousands of verses before we come to this essence. Krishna has given this in 2 or 3 verses. That is the essence of Gita. Ekaya, by one, yati yogi anavratim. If you pass away during the path of light, you get liberation, not return. Anyaya avartate puna. But if you pass away in the path of darkness, you will have to come back. This is what he has told us. This is what he is summarizing here. Very easy words to understand. Now comes the devotional part, most important for us as devotees. I will be very eager to come to this verse because this is where Krishna tells us the magic formula. What should we do? I show this picture. Let's start with a story. We all know Goloka is there. But the path to Goloka is not easy. If you were to navigate as a yogi, please understand. As I have shown you here, it is a winding path, goes through the mountains, passes through the forest. So if you were to trek your journey, you will have to have a map, you will have to have what time to leave, how much of water to carry. If not, it will happen like, what happened to us in Ahobila. You will have sunstroke, you will have dehydration and whatnot. So this is the path of a yogi who wants to do everything on his own. Let's compare what happens to this child. The child is also in the same place. The child says, I will depend on my eternal father to carry me to this. I want to reach here, but I'm not going to do all these things. I'm just going to sleep in the lap of the Lord. That is the path of a devotee. Krishna says, throw this map away. You don't have to do anything. One step of me from you are here. That is the essence of learning in Gita 8.7. Do not worry about path of light, path of darkness. Just offer yourself to me. That is what Krishna tells us here. Naite Shruti Partha Janan Yogi Muyyati Kaschanaha. Tasmat Sarveshu Kaleshu Yoga Yukto Bhavarjuna. This is the same verse that we have studied. Tasmat Sarveshu Kaleshu. I will show you in the next slide. Yoga Yukto Bhavarjuna. Krishna is so very, I would say, tight in his script. He doesn't allow you even a minute of reply. He says, if you think of me constantly, that is devotion to me. If you listen to Gita, that is devotion to me. You are worshipping me, my intelligence. Most of us have this misunderstanding that worship to the Lord means I have my chanting mala. Yes, that is one way of worship. I keep saying my prayers. That is another way of worship. I offer bhoga to the Lord. That is the third way of worship. There is the fourth way of worship, which Krishna says, think of me, talk of me all the time. Yoga Yukto Bhavarjuna. Path of devotees is focused on Krishna. We don't have any complicated formulas to remember, memorize. Although the devotees know these two paths, yes, we are also aware, Uttarayana, Dakshinayana, O Arjuna, they are never bewildered. That is only for information, awareness. Therefore, we always fixed in our devotion. These two lines are very important. Tasma sarveshu kaleshu yoga yukto bhavarjuna. Let's go to we studied this in 8.7. Same line which says Tasma sarveshu kaleshu mam anusmara yudiyacha. Remember, the essence of devotion is tasmat sarveshu kaleshu. It's not like between 8 to 9, I will be thinking of Krishna, and from 9 to 5, I will be busy with doing anything else, forgetting Krishna. Krishna says, no. Even when you are going to be in the battlefield, O Arjuna, you will have to always remember me. Ma manusmara yudiyacha. You can fight the battle remembering me constantly. Today he says in this verse, Tasma Sarveshu Kaleshu, same line, Yoga Yukto Bhavarjuna. Therefore, at all times, be situated in yoga. Be with me, connect with me. What happens if you do this? Yogi Muyati Kastana. We are never bewildered with Uttarayana or Dakshinayana. Why? Because we are always Ma Manuspara Yudiyacha. We will fight the battles of life, but we'll always remember you. 8.7 is the methodology. The focus there is how to live in the world. Arjuna, fight your battle, do not hesitate, but with internal devotion. The fight that you're waging is your offering to me. Then that becomes devotion. 8.27, he's offering us the security. He says, frees the devotees from anxiety of external variables like what time, waxing moon, waning moon, sun is rising in the north, sun is setting in the south. Who is going to remember all these things? Yogi Muyati Kastana. I will not be worried about all these things. Na means never. Ite means these two. Shruti means different parts. O Partha Janan, one who understands both these paths of light and darkness. As a Gita student, we are completely aware of the Vedic literature, but we are not influenced or impacted by them. Yogi, devotee, muyati, kastana is never bewildered, is never rejected. Tasmat, therefore, tasmat is a very powerful emphasis by Krishna. He's not saying, think of it, could be, you may remember, you might make an effort. No, he's very clear. Tasmat, therefore, sarveshu kaleshu at all times. He's not saying, oh, it is in the night, it is in the morning, it's in the afternoon, I have to sleep, I have to work. He says, I don't know. You have to remember me all the time. Yoga yukto bhavarjuna, remain engaged in yoga. Devotion, oh Arjuna. For devotion, there is no time. There is nothing like, oh, well, should I do it now? You can always do it. Now, sorry. We come to the last verse of the day, 8.28. There's a lovely story. Here is a man who thinks that if I have to please the king, let's say it is Krishna, I may have to go through all the various levels of bureaucracy inside the temple. You go to, you please the lower level people first, then you go to the medium level, high level, ministers, council of ministers, home minister, president, and whatnot, and then you go to Krishna. This is the normal path. One day, one intelligent sadhu saw him and said, why are you struggling? What is your goal? Remember the supreme goal that Krishna said. If you want to reach me, then you don't have to do all these things. So the sadhu tells him, my dear sir, you're taking a long cut. Don't do this. Take a shortcut. What do? Just offer your love and devotion to the king directly. Why do you want to go through this huge level of bureaucracy? That is what this verse says. What is low level? Veda study. What is medium level? Austerities. What is high level? Charities. What is this group of ministers? Sacrifice. Gain Veda study. So you can keep doing this any amount of time. You may spend your entire lifetime, but what pious credits you are going to get from all these steps, you will get only from one step, and that is devotion to me. That is the essence of this verse. You don't have to climb such a huge, steep climb to reach Krishna. Krishna will come to you if you offer him love and compassion. We'll see the ending video clip. You will understand. The last verse of the day, Vedeshu Yagneshu Tapassu Chaiva Daneshu Yat Punya Phalam Pradishtam Atyeti Tat Sarvam Idam Viditva Yogi Param Sthanam Upaiti Chadyam. Supreme position of Bhakti Yogi. A person who accepts the path of devotional service is not bereft of the results derived from studying the Vedas, Vedeshu, performing austere sacrifices, Yagneshu, giving charity, Daneshu, pursuing philosophical and fruitive activities, Punya Phalam Pradishtam. You can do all these things, but they are still not equal to simply by performing devotional service. He attains all this, and at the end, the supreme eternal abode. This is the magic formula. This is the supreme goal for all of us. What a beautiful verse. Vedeshu yagneshu tapasu chaiva daneshu yat punya phalam pradishtam. Charity, austerity, sacrifices, Vedic study, all put together is available in only one path, that is devotion. Atyeti tat sarvam idam viditva. One can surpass all of them. He says not just equal, you can even surpass them by knowing me. To know Krishna, to love Krishna are the two most difficult things without his blessings. You can study any course, you can understand any literature, you can master all the 4 Vedas, but you will not be able to master how to love him. The more knowledge you have, the more inquisitive you are, the more curiosity you have, the more questions you ask, you are coming from a platform of lack of faith. For a devotee, there's only one truth, and that is whatever Krishna says, it has to be true, period. That is belief in him. If he is going to send me back from darshan in Kedarnath, I was very sure in the heart of my heart that one day he will call me and give me darshan again. That is faith. Don't worry about what is the time lapse between the saying no to a darshan and giving you a darshan again. Atyeti tat sarvam idam viditva. So all the punya that I can get from doing all these activities are available to me by just devotion. Yogi param sthanam upaiti chatyam. We will attain the supreme destination. So we don't have to spend our time saying that, oh, well, I don't have the memory to remember the Vedic verses. Sanskrit aata nahi hai. Where should I go to a Veda school? You don't have to do anything. Just remember one thing. Have faith, cultivate belief, surrender to the Lord. All these things will fall in place. Conclusion of the 6 verses. We have learned what is the light of path of light. We have understood what is the path of darkness. We have understood fire, Agni, Jyoti, Dhumo, Ratri. But one question remains: when will I leave the body? Krishna doesn't tell you this answer. Krishna says, leave it to me. Which day is only known to me. But I will ensure that wherever you are, even in an accident, if you pass away, if you have been praying to me throughout, if you have been loving me throughout, I will be there to take you back to me. That is a promise. So, we must, as students of devotion, change our question. Not when will I leave? It's not in our hands, so why worry? Am I living in remembrance of Krishna today? That's the essence of 8.27 and 8.28. Always remember me in whatever you do. I told you in the last clip, if this plays, this is the true love of Radharani to Krishna. Let us see if it plays.
कृष्णा आखिर कौन है ये राधा?
रुक्मिणी के मुख से ये शब्द सुनते ही पूरी द्वारका स्तब्ध रह गई। श्री कृष्ण गंभीर रूप से बीमार थे। वैद्यों की औषधियां, मंत्र और यज्ञ कुछ भी काम नहीं कर रहा था, लेकिन उनकी जुबान पर बार बार सिर्फ एक ही नाम था, राधा। तभी एक संत ने कहा,
कृष्ण को बचाने के लिए उस व्यक्ति के चरणों की धूल चाहिए जो उनसे सबसे अधिक प्रेम करता हो।
सत्यभामा और रुक्मिणी आगे तो बढ़ी, लेकिन जब पता चला कि ऐसा करने वाले को कई जन्मों तक नरक भोगना पड़ेगा, तो सब पीछे हट गए। तब कृष्ण ने धीरे से कहा, वृंदावन। संदेश राधा तक पहुंचा। कृष्ण की हालत सुनते ही उनकी आंखों से आंसू बहने लगे। गोपियों ने चेतावनी दी, राधे, चरणों की धूल दोगी तो नरक मिलेगा। राधा मुस्कुराई और बोली,
अगर मेरे कान्हा ठीक हो जाएं, तो मुझे हजारों जन्मों का नरक भी स्वीकार है।
जैसे ही राधा की चरण धूल कृष्ण के मस्तक पर लगी, वे तुरंत स्वस्थ होकर उठ बैठे। तब कृष्ण बोले,
तुम सबने मुझे पाने का प्रयास किया, लेकिन राधा ने स्वयं को मिटाकर सिर्फ मुझे चाहा है।
इसीलिए आज भी दुनिया राधे कृष्ण कहती है। कृष्ण
This is the essence of it. Radha said, I don't mind going to Narka, hell, for thousands of lifetimes, if my Krishna is going to be okay. That is selfless love. That is why he says, he ends the movie saying that Radha Krishna. That is the essence of our surrender to Krishna. His own Patraniya. He said, no, how can I give my Charan Dhuli because I will be going to hell? They hesitated. It's not that they didn't want to give, but that is over. Krishna is Bhavgrit. He is not here to negotiate with you. He says what comes first naturally, that is what I accept. Don't negotiate, don't transact it. That is the essence of learning. Thank you very much. I enjoyed the
Krishna?
session. Thank you. Ultimately, right knowledge is the ultimate solution. Irrespective of obstacles in life, irrespective of pain in life, irrespective of moments of utter helplessness, there is one bright, shining light which never dims. That is devotion and love for Krishna. Now, this is quiz time. It's all open to you. Now, I need one volunteer who will tell me who raised his hands first, because when I'm reading the question, I may not be that alert. So, whom shall I nominate?
I'll say
Saptadeep?
Prabhu.
Srinidhi, perfect. Thank you very much. That's what you can say, initiative. She said, I will do it. Thank you. Over to you. With your help, we open the quiz session now. The first question of the day. Why does Lord Krishna explain the bright and dark paths? All readers of Gita, whoever reads Gita, listens to Gita, are devotees. But why is Krishna spending time? Tell Arjuna this. That's the essence of this question. That is, first option is to satisfy Arjuna's curiosity about cosmic roots after death. To help Arjuna become free from doubt and remain fixed in devotion. To reveal that not every soul reaches the same destination. Mark this word, to reveal that not every soul reaches the same destination. Many people say, oh, well, all paths lead to the same God. No, it doesn't lead to the same God. All of the above. Who would go first? I saw Ashinidhi. Is it Saptadeep?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Perfect. Over to you, Saptadeep.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Is there any other option?
Sorry,
Yeah,
none of the
none
above.
none of the- Yeah. So yeah, it seems to be a all of the above. Be all of the above.
Sure.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Lock kiya jaye?
Yes, Prabhuji.
The correct answer is, now you'll have a nice music. Let's see what's the right answer. Here it goes. D, all of them. Wow, well done. Excellent start to the quiz section. Wonderful. This is to celebrate that, yes, you have given the right answer. Let's go to the next question. Slightly longish question, but quite easy to answer. When Sri Krishna describes a yogi returning from the lunar planet, Pitriyana, Krishnagati, in verse 8.25, what truth about ritualistic material piety, karma kanda, is being exposed? Go through the question leisurely. The options are: material pious credits, punya, grant temporary celestial rewards, but lack power to grant permanent liberation. Following cosmic timing perfectly ensures that a soul will never have to take birth on earth again. 3. Sacrifices and charity performed with material desires are completely useless and lead straight to hellish planets. All of the above. Now, Srinidhi, correct me. Is it Saptadeep first, followed by Manisha?
Yes, Prabhuji. Yeah.
Okay. Since Saptadeep has already started the innings with a bang, Saptadeep, you should hold on, hang on. I will hand it over to Manisha. Over to you, Manisha Mataji.
Then Prabhuji. Answer is A.
Sure.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Let's see what's the right answer. Let's have the music. You are right. Fantastic. 2 out of 2. Good going. Third question on the screen. Yes, you have given the right answer. Third question is, which of the following alone guarantees the highest destination? Easy question. Huh? Dying during Uttarayana, performing many pious rituals, acquiring knowledge of astronomy and devotion. None of the above. Let me stop. There is no more options. So, Srinidhi, correct me if I'm wrong. It was Ramesh, Krishna Mohan Prabhu, Saptadeep, and Shanti. That was the order?
Yeah. Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. So, I would request all of you to have patience. It was Ramesha who raised his hand first. Over to you, Ramesha.
Hare Krishna, Shama. It is answer D. None of the above. Damodar.
Sure.
D for Damodar. Yeah.
My God. Are you confident?
Yes, yes, Sham.
Okay. Let us see what's the correct answer. I want the music to go. Oh, there's no music this time. The answer is D. None of the above. Well done. So 3 out of 3. Good going. Fourth question on your screens. In 8.27, Krishna says, knowing these two paths, O Partha, yogi is never deluded. Why is a pure devotee bhakta unbothered by rigid requirements of these cosmic paths? As a devotee, it should be easy for us to answer. Because a pure devotee is automatically guaranteed that they will only physically pass away during the daytime and maximum. Because the constant internal alignment and surrender to the Supreme makes them independent of external solar, lunar, or atmospheric conditions. Third option. Because a true yogi masters the art of holding their breath until the northern course of the sun, Uttarayana, arrives. That's what Bhishma tried to do. All of the above. I will stop here. Now, Srinidhi, help me. I think it was Saptadeep, Ramesh, Manisha
Yes.
in that.
Yes.
Yes? So Saptadeep is on a swing today. Over to you, Saptadeep. Crack it.
Yeah, Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dhanavad Pranam. It's Mr. Tiwari. Oh, because option B. It's option B.
B for Bombay.
Yeah, B for Balaram.
Balram. Sure?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Let's see what's the correct answer. The correct answer is B. This is great going today. 4 out of 4. Fantastic. Well done to each one of you.
Hare Krishna.
Last question of the day coming up on your screens. Which lesson is Krishna emphasizing in verses 8.27 and 8.28? Knowledge removes doubt. Constant devotion is superior to anxiety about cosmic timings. One who understands these teachings is not bewildered. All of the above. Is there any options? The correct answer is now I have seen Saptadeep and Manisha. Only 2 hands up. I think Saptadeep was first. Shanti. Manisha has also answered one question, isn't it, Srinidhi?
Yes. Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. So, with the kind permission of Saptadeep and Manisha, I will hand it over to Shanti because she's raised her hand for the first time. Over to you, Shant.
Yeah, Hare Krishna. I think the answer is all of the above.
Are you sure?
That's what I feel.
Okay. Lock kiya jaye.
Yeah.
Okay, let's close our eyes. The correct answer is the nice music. The answer is D, all of them.
Very
Wow,
good.
fantastic. So 5 out of 5. There is no need for the bonus quiz round. Thank you very much. Fantastic. Excellent. Let's keep this reflection question. We discussed this. If your final destination is determined by your consciousness rather than external circumstance, what is one practical change you will make this week to remember Krishna more consistently? This whole chapter of 8 is attaining the supreme. So the reflection question also should be that, saying that, what will I do to change my consciousness to remember Krishna? I will post this in the chat, WhatsApp chat too. Don't worry, don't bother about writing it down. Thank you very much. I had a wonderful session. I hope all of you enjoyed. I know we are just 4 minutes out of time. One question or two questions, pressing ones, I must take, because without question answers, it is not going to be complete. Yes, Manisha.
Prabhuji, question is little I didn't clear, that is why I'm asking. So, when devotees are not concerned about this bright path or a dark path, why did Bhishma waited for Uttarayan? Because he is also a devotee. So, what does that emphasize?
See, Bhishma was a devotee, but who was not surrendered to Krishna in the true sense of the word. He knew that Krishna is the Supreme Lord, but he decided to fight him. So now there are different types of devotees. And he was a yogi and a devotee. So yogi first, devotee next. Because for him, what did he do? He chose duty, his duty to the Hastinapur throne, as the supreme guiding factor than any other thing. Knowing fully well that he's supporting adharma, he said, I must uphold what is my duty. But this is not devotion. This is a gnani, a yogi, who is extremely blessed, extremely rich. He is devoted. He knows that Supreme Lord is in front of him. But still, he chose the path of not surrendering to Krishna, but to challenge Krishna and said that I will fight this war against you, Krishna, because I am duty bound. So if you uphold duty, then you are not a pure devotee. Of course, that is what the Lord's will was. If Bhishma had not behaved the way he did, there would have been no Mahabharata. So, and to show that Krishna loves Bhishma, imagine we all say, oh Krishna, help us to remember you at the time of death. For Bhishma, he was such an exalted devotee that Krishna was himself there to bless Bhishma, in spite of him doing whatever he did. Because along with his consciousness of duty, he also was a great devotee of Krishna. But then, when you have Yoga Mishra Bhakta, you will maximize yoga and minimize bhakti. That's the reason why Bhishma chose his path of death as a yogi and waited for Uttarayana to leave his body. Now, how many of us have got the blessings like Bhishma? He upheld the duty, he fought against Krishna, but he had Krishna with him to hold his hand at the time of death. That is a very, 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 very impossible task for all of us. But Bhishma is Bhishma. That's why he's known as Bhishma Pitamaha. Does it answer your question?
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you,
Thank you.
Prabhuji.
So I'll take one more question before we wrap up, because Saptadev is the winner of the course today. And Srinidhi, my request to you is please put down the names of the winners, because I don't remember it, along with their marks. Thank you very much. Over to you, Saptadev.
Yeah, Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Yeah, regarding this question to Mahisha Mataji's question only, that since Bhishma Dev, he is, not a bhakti yogi. He is,
Right.
as you said, he is a Gyan yogi. So means his liberation is to the absolute Brahman, means he will attain Krishna in Vaikuntha Lok, right? In the means he got liberated. He will attain him in the as a Vishnu Loka, but not in Krishna Loka. Like we are practicing bhakti yogi, we will go, means our aim is to directly go to the Goloka, right? Where Krishna is in his original form, in two-handed form.
So the question is, where will Bhishma go? That's the question.
Yeah. He will go to, means according my understanding, he will achieve Vaikuntha Lok, up to Vaikuntha Lok, but not to, since he has chosen this other paths, not the highest path of Bhakti Yogi. He will not achieve Goloka Vrindavan. Rajanandan Krishna, he will not, right?
Well,
If
now,
because he is already liberated,
yes, see,
where his destination will be? That's my questions.
good question. I think I must also do my homework because I have not really
Yeah.
read the scriptures
Okay.
where it says Bhishma attained Goloka or Bhishma attained Vaikuntha. But I can
Okay.
only
Okay.
say one thing. Even
Yeah.
when he killed Shishupala, Kamsa, all the Putana,
Mm.
Kaliya, they were in the mood of enmity with Krishna.
Mm-hmm.
He relieved all of them, even though he killed them. On the material platform or material world, we say Krishna killed Kamsa. But Krishna also, Kamsa also attained liberation because even getting killed by Krishna is Sukruti. Not all of us can get the death like that. Now, Bhishma is, no, he's unique. He upheld adharma from Krishna's point of view, but he said adharma along with duty. So he has his own logic, and it is so complex. Krishna made it simple. He says, Bhishma, I know you are a gifted devotee. Because what Krishna says, why is Krishna speaking this Gita? I will show you millions and millions of people who, after reading the Gita 10 times, if you ask them the question, who is Krishna, will struggle to find an answer. Whereas for a devotee, the only thing that he knows other than the 700 verses is Krishna is the Supreme Lord. You agree or you don't agree?
Yes.
Yes. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was in Srirangam and the Brahmana who did not know how to read, he was holding Gita upside down, but he was crying tears looking at Krishna becoming the charioteer of Arjuna on the cover page. That is bhakti, that is bhava. So Krishna is not attained by greatness. Krishna is attained by love. So, and if he was there by the side of Bhishma, whatever Bhishma had done, as per his own being a yogi, being a gnani, yoga mishra bhakta, it was acceptable to Krishna. Or else Krishna would have chosen not to be there where Bhishma was on the bed of arrows. But he said, no, I will be with you because I recognize you as one of my greatest devotees, even though you did not do what I wanted you to or what I expected you to. I did not want you to support adharma, but you supported adharma. That's a different issue.
Yeah.
Now, final destination is a homework for you and a homework for me. Where
Yeah.
did he finally go?
Actually, I want to add, I think, means like Arjuna, who is a pure devotee,
Yes.
whom we aspire to be. I think
Right.
Bhishma Dev was not that of a pure devotee, like you already answered.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Okay.
anyway, let's go
Okay.
through the scriptures and find out the answer. So, thank you. Wonderful question. So, question answer sessions is very exciting because there are so many aspects that are revealed, and not all of us have the right answer for all the questions. But it doesn't matter. It's a discussion, it's an exchange. We will take this away as homework, and I will come back to you with an answer if I can find one.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Thank you very much. Enjoy your weekend. Thank you for your kind participation and interaction. And congratulations for all the winners and the participants. But for me, participation is more important than winning. That is what is initiative. So thank you very much Enjoy your weekend. Vancha kalpatarubhascha, kripa sindhu bhaivacha, patitanam pavanebhyo, vaishnavebhyo, namo namaha. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna to everyone.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Dandavat pranam.
Hare Krishna. Dhanyavad.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Thank you
Krishna.
so much. It was
Hare
wonderful.
Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat pranam.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
It was a wonderful session. Huh?
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Very nice.
Hare Krishna.
Beautiful.
Hare Krishna.
And
Thank you.
as you said, the questions put and the discussion was very, very interesting. Very, very good.
Yes. Thank
Yes.
you. Thank you very much.
Thank
Hare
you
Krishna.
so much. And thank everybody. Thank you. Hare
Thank you.
Krishna. Hare
Thank you.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.